Tomorrow is the big sauce competition day. So actually, in my research, I found that if you cook the sauce the day before and let it sit overnight, it's actually better than fresh sauce. So I thought I'd make a little video for you guys, show you how hard I work on this, how bad I want this win, how bad I want someone's Nona to cry tomorrow. We'll start with 3 shallots, 1 onion. You can see I got some shallots minced already. I'm working on it. 1 onion, it's not very big. And then like just a whole bunch of garlic. I'll cut to it in a sec. The key to this is really fine shallots. Unfortunately, shallots hurt so bad to cut. You can see my eyes. I didn't just watch The Notebook, I'm just cutting. I prefer more shallots over onions. I think they have a little bit better of a flavor, a little bit better complement to the garlic. But you really want these bad boys minced, no matter if you go an onion or shallot. You don't want these popping up like little boogers in the sauce. You want these almost dissolved by the time they're cooked and sauteed with all that tomato stuff that you're gonna put in there. Tomato sauce, crushed tomato, tomato paste, whatever you want to use. This will dissolve in that pretty well if you mince it up that fine. Teach you guys how to cut an onion pretty good. I go both tops off. No one wants that junk in their sauce. Cut it down the middle. All right, almost to the edge like that, but you want to keep it hanging on a little bit. All right, all the way down. Okay, important you cut this way, vertically with the 2 ends you cut off, because the onion is cut in the middle and it already does some work for you. All right, and then you just look at that beautiful mince. Second half of the onion. Garlic's a huge pain in the ass, it gets everywhere. I almost just prefer garlic powder, but it's not really authentic, and I don't want to insult my judges tomorrow. So we'll do it the real way on how you can peel a garlic. And it's pretty simple. You take the knife and you pound it. You pound the shit out of it. And look, it just peels right off. You slice your end off. Now, you might call me a liberal for this, but I love the crusher. Mincing garlic sucks. Garlic's so sticky. Gets all over the knife, gets all over your hands. You smell like garlic for a week. Look at that crush. And then, if you want just a little bit of mince off that. Felt important to show you numbnuts this one more time. Keep the blade away from your hand. I'm not paying your invoice for your emergency room visit. This is what I'm gonna do to your nonas tomorrow. About a head and a half of garlic here. I know that looks like a ton of garlic, but no one's ever said, oh, my pasta sauce has too much garlic. That's gonna go right in here. Okay. I love a wooden spoon for this. This is a cold pan, high end to medium low. This isn't gonna cook very long, all right? Keep that in mind. You can burn your garlic so easy. You really want all that olive oil to soak it up. And once that pan gets hot, it really only takes about 30 seconds for that garlic to cook. Burnt garlic is probably the worst thing you can put in your pasta sauce. I used, again, about a head and a half. That's because I'm cooking more pasta sauce than most of you will ever make in your life. That's fine. I'm not trying to flex on you. Just if you're gonna do your own pasta sauce, which is my goal of this video, I would say probably just about 4 to 5 cloves is fine for you. One thing about making this much garlic, your knife's gonna be sticky, your hands are gonna be sticky, you're gonna be miserable, you're gonna wanna quit. But when your garlic's just about done, your kitchen's gonna smell beautiful, and that's how you'll know it's done. Also, you'll be marked safe from vampires for about a month. And then you're gonna add these in, and that's gonna stop the cooking of the garlic once you mix all that in. The natural water of the onion is gonna come out as it cooks. Things are gonna turn translucent, and the temperatures are gonna be high enough to burn your garlic. These are the stars of the show today. Like I said, crushed tomato and passata and tomato paste. I'm doing a lot of different things here. I'm also gonna take these peeled tomatoes and I'm gonna break them up with my hands later. The onion's almost done. I start mashing at it like this. I don't know if it does anything, but it's kind of fun to do. Idea being you're just going to break down that onion even more, release those natural flavors, and really turn it into almost a paste. All right, our onions, our shallots, our garlic are all almost indistinguishable from each other now. And this is about done cooking. All right, so to completely stop them from cooking, we're gonna add our tomato. We'll start with the crushed tomato because it's already open. Oh, and that looks delicious. That is a beautiful bright red. Our strained tomatoes or our passata, our tomato paste. This is pretty thick. I'm probably gonna need a spoon. That sauce is thick as hell. Whenever you use tomato paste, you're gonna wanna use water. I use 2 of the jars of the tomato paste to get more of it out. And then I run some water back in my passata to get that out. Only about 1/3 full. And then a little bit of water for my crushed tomato too. This is a blend of fresh parsley, rosemary, and oregano. Swirl it around, let that in. Stir that. As this sauce cooks for a long time, we're gonna let this sauce cook all day to let that water come back out and make the sauce thicker again. All that flavor is gonna leach out into the sauce. I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. Almost forgot my bay leaves. Get out of there. That's a lot of bay leaves. Don't use that many. That's probably good. All right, here's a seasoning blend I just cooked up. This is salt, pepper, thyme, and a little bit of red pepper. I use ground thyme here. I don't like those big chunks of anything in my sauce. I want this to be a real smooth sauce. Non-optional, you must add sugar. Otherwise, you're gonna have an acid mess. Little basil squirt. Oh. Oh. The 2 basil's fine. I don't have to use everything fresh from the plant. The 2 basil's good. Some high quality olive oil. Just a spritz of white vinegar. While that's cooking, we're gonna start mashing these with our hands. All right, I dumped them out into a bowl. If you really wanna be top nona, you have to do this by hand. You cannot use a blender. So I'm gonna wash up. Make sure you wash up too, you filthy animals. I'll be right back. Before I really get into it, you really wanna make sure you get these little knobs at the end out. They're kind of yucky and they don't really break down. So get them out and throw them into the can and throw it out. Another mandatory step, open a Yingling. All right, here's my crushed tomatoes. You can take a look. Pretty smooth, but there's still some seeds in there, and I'm really going for an extra smooth sauce. So I got the sieve. Just gonna dump that out. You're gonna get splashed everywhere. All right, my sieve sits nice on my pan there. So you can see the sieve still in here. I'm just gonna press it down with my wooden spoon. Try and get out all those seeds, but you don't wanna lose everything that you just crushed up there. So, take a look, kind of pressing it down. And then I'll go through this at the end to get all those seeds out. Going at it for a little bit, this stuff just won't go down. But that was a big can of tomatoes and I'm pretty happy with the results there. So we're gonna keep this sauce smooth and throw this out. If you try this sauce now, it's gonna taste okay, but this will really not start tasting great for a couple of hours. So we're gonna get this up till it starts simmering. Then we're gonna cover it. Do not let this burn. Do not let it boil. Just a slow simmer for at least 4 hours, preferably like 6 to 8. Gonna add a little splash of wine. I like Chianti. Of course, this alcohol will cook out so people aren't getting drunk off our sauce. But then again, they will be at the Park Tavern, so they'll be drunk off many other things. All right, look at this beauty. Oh, now you'll notice still pretty watery stuff. This is gonna reduce down over a couple hours. We're just at the point where we're about to simmer. So then I'm gonna turn the heat down, cover it. And this is gonna cook for pretty much all night. And then I'm gonna put it in the fridge. And then I'm gonna smack your nona. I'm gonna win. Took a shower, got all that gravy gunk off me. Still enjoying a Yingling. Sauce has probably got another about 3 hours, maybe longer. Thinking about some names. I like Arrabbiata Nights. I like Crushed Red October. And give me Going Off the Rails of a Gravy Train. If you got something else, let me know down in the comments. You can let me know which sauce name's your favorite. Don't subscribe. I'm too goofy to be famous. And just one last look on your sauce that's going to win the Park Tavern first annual pasta sauce competition.